Hello chess lovers! I have an interesting game for you played at Grenke Classic 2018, with the white pieces playing Arkadij, Naiditsch, and the reigning world chess champion Magnus Carlsen is on the black side. Naiditsch started with e4 and c5 by Carlsen, Sicilian defense, knight f3, d6, d4 we see the open Sicilian, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3 and a6. Carlsen is choosing this sharp Najdorf variation, and g3 by Naiditsch is going for Zagreb or Fianchetto variation, e5, knight b3, bishop e7, bishop g2, we see castling by both sides, bishop e6 and rook e1. Well, actually f4 is also playable, but we will see that Naiditsch was in the mood of playing maneuvering chess. Here comes knight d7, knight d2, b5, knight f1. Naiditsch is going to bring the knight on e3 square, a maneuver which Carlsen didn't like very much. We see bishop g4, and after f3 creating some weaknesses in white's camp, the bishop returns back. Knight e3, rook c8, a3, knight b6, and finally we see f4. Rook e8. Well, according to Carlsen, he should have captured on f4 and then play rook e8 and then bishop f8, but he played rook e8 straight away. King h1, of course f5 straight away and then queen d3 could give white better chances, but after rook e8 we first see this prophylactic king h1 move, bishop f8, a very standard maneuver in typical positions. This bishop is coming to protect black king, later black can even play g6, bishop g7, now comes f5, bishop d7, queen d3, h6, b3, not allowing any possible knight intrusions, bishop c6. Now Carlsen will start putting pressure on e4 square and try to bring into life d5 idea, bishop d2, here comes the queen c7, and after rook c1 we see queen b7. Again, a very standard idea in Sicilian defense. Black is lining up his queen and bishop on h1 a8 diagonal. Knight d5. Now comes bishop takes d5, he takes d5, knight d7. Knight d1, well, a strange decision by Naiditsch. It was better to play knight e4 and block the e-pawn. But instead, after knight d7, we see knight d1, and now Carlsen pushes the e-pawn forward, e4. Queen d4, of course white can't capture on e4 because in the end of the day black has this deadly fork. That's why we see queen d4, here comes knight e5 and knight f2. Well, already instead of knight f2, bishop takes e4 was playable. If knight takes e4, simply queen takes e4. If knight c4, then queen g2, and of course there is no danger for white at all, though of course black is maintaining a slight advantage. But after knight e5 we see knight f2, here comes knight f3, Carlsen is instantly using his chance and is placing the knight on this active square, forcing black to exchange the bishop with the knight, and now this pawn can cause white a lot of problems. c4, b takes c4, b takes c4, rook e5 and rook e3. Of course, capturing on e5 is not a good idea because after d takes e5, suddenly this bishop is managing to get activated, and then bishop takes a3. And if rook f1, simply rook takes c4 and white's position is starting to collapse. That's why we see rook a3. Here we see the exchange of rooks and queen b2. Now this is becoming more and more dangerous. Knight d3 and queen takes a3. Black is getting a passed pawn on a file. In return, white is winning the pawn on f3. Here comes queen a2. Bishop c3 and rook takes c4. The pawn on c4 also drops. Rook a1, queen b3, bishop takes f6, g takes f6. White managed to damage black's kingside structure, but of course this bishop can successfully protect the king. King g2, rook c3, pinning the knight, and it turns out that this pin is becoming deadly. Rook d1, here comes h5. Opening up the h6 square for the bishop in order to activate it and at some point prevent any possible queen g4 checks. King h3, Bishop h6 simply, rook e1, a desperate move which is losing the knight on d3 square. But if a move like, for example, king g2, again a waiting move, then this a pawn can march forward. If queen takes h5, then rook c2 check, and then queen a2, and again black has a huge advantage. This is just crushing. Let's go back, but after bishop h6 we see rook e1. Here comes rook takes d3, and after queen takes h5, Carlsen played rook e3 and Naiditsch resigned. If rook a1, simply bishop g5. If rook takes a6, queen takes d5. Black is simply a piece up and it's over. This is going to be an easy win. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave your comments. Good luck.